But I'll tell you who else is just blushing. Well, before we do that, let's
Donna.
Maria Durant.
Oh.
Maria Durant. Hello, Maria Durant. How are we?
We are going to give you guys or somebody a break here so that you can, have something to drink, go to the potty or something if you need to.
You gotta go.
Gabe, I think that you would you mind wearing my heels for a little bit while I'm gone?
I can.
I figured that you could use a little bit of height.
I can try now.
so
How does that?
Here,
Well, I could just do this, but I don't want to. Oh, they're making us swap mics. Okay. Well,
Okay, take
well,
this
they're kind of the same mic.
Okay.
Well, here, we'll do that. We'll do that.
We'll do that.
Okay.
All right.
Now we bring on Will Benson from WDR.
Come on, Will Benson.
Come on, Will.
Whoa.
Right
Take
in
him
here.
right in the middle.
Should I be right between you guys?
Yeah,
Sure,
okay.
that works out well.
Very happy.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm my first one, so I can't stop staring at it.
There you go. Now, what did you win this for?
Actually, it was the same category as the last guys that were in here. And we're actually competitors. So we're in the Louisville market. They promoted the same story, and we promoted the same story. It was a huge tornado outbreak, so everybody was covering it. But yeah, my first one, so I'm excited.
What challenges did you have to face in doing this, besides the maybe more obvious? It's a tornado.
Right.
What kind of challenges?
Honestly, I didn't have any. I mean, because it happened Friday afternoon, Friday evening. I came in the next day, and the news topical producer at night had already collected video for me from what had happened. So basically, everything was right in front of me. I mean, it wasn't like I had to do a lot of work. It was all right there. And so basically, I just picked music, picked good sound bites, good clips, put them together. And the bad thing was we had so much good video and sound that ended up being 1:30 long. And it did air. I mean, it aired as a promo for 1:30. Luckily, our general manager was going to give away some sales time to make sure that aired, because it's hard to do. I mean,
Absolutely,
it's like
it is.
when you go to the general manager and you're like, oh, I have a 1:30 spot. They're like, no, we have to air Arby's commercial. So anyway,
we gotta get paid.
right. I mean, yeah, I like my paycheck. So, but so they allowed some time for that, and I mean, so hardship-wise, the most difficult thing was the video and the sound. I mean, that was pretty much the hardest part of it, I think.
There's so much.
Yeah, and you're sitting there comfortable in an edit bay, and I wasn't even a reporter or photographer out there in the mess. I mean, I was sitting in an air-conditioned edit bay. So, I mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I felt bad for the photographers and the people that were affected. That's what was kind of, I guess, tough for me. I mean, if you emotionally, not physically. So
now we've heard a lot from our award recipients tonight about how much teamwork plays into creating something like this.
Yeah.
It was the same in your case.
Oh yeah, I mean, like I said, our nighttime news topical producer started collecting video right off the bat, and literally left me a list of stuff saying this is good video, and like I said, it was all right in front of me. I mean, it was just piece it together, put some music to it, and our main point was not to make it about our own meteorologists or our own station. The whole thing was about the people that were affected, because in my opinion, you can't take something where people are dead, injured, homes destroyed, and make it about yourself. It really is about those people. But then again, though, you still want to show that we were there and we were there covering it and putting the information out. So.
Well, obviously, you were able to strike that balance and be very sensitive in doing it. So congratulations.
Well, I appreciate it, and thank you very much.
Anyone you want to thank that you might have forgotten?
I want to thank Pat, that nighttime topical producer, because I forgot to thank him, and he's the one that actually got all the video together for me. And without that, it would have taken me 12 hours to do it instead of the 3 it took. So, I mean, definitely Pat Matthews, my parents, for supporting me and being in a low-paying job like television. But, I mean, it does pay off, and I think it will in the long run. So that's it. Yeah.
All right, thank you so
All right,
much.
thank you. I appreciate it.
Very happy for you. Next, we bring in Dave Medley from WLEX, and he's back
Welcome
with us.
down.
How are you? You're
I'm
back
doing
up
great.
once again.
I'm doing great.
Sure enough, you're
less
back.
nervous this time.
A little less nervous.
Just a little bit.
There you go. Now tell us a little bit about this beauty.
This one was for program promotion for our Derby Open, for our extended coverage, 9.5 hours on Derby Day that we've been doing for, I think, 11 or 12 years now.
Mm-hmm.
So, and included with me on this, Kevin Christopher, our main anchor, writes, voices, kind of brings to life a story, a vision that he's got for it. Our news director, who also does 3D animation, does the 3D animation for the Open, and I do the editing, sound design, all the post-production. So, and that's just 3 minutes of the 9.5 hours coverage that we do, which has won the Emmy several times in the past. So
that's something people don't realize is just how important the Derby is to Kentucky.
It's huge. It's huge. And we're in Lexington. You realize, of course, it's going to be huge in Louisville, but I mean, it's a ratings gangbuster for us. And it's our Super Bowl.
Absolutely.
Every year.
Now, how do you go about then doing it every year and trying to maybe become creative, look for that nugget?
It takes a little bit of a different approach each year. This year, Kevin really wanted to focus. Actually, I'm thinking of this year's, and what we just won for was 2012.
Yeah.
The one in 2012 actually was a Hollywood take, kind of the Hollywood feel. Everything's coming up roses, and the star power that's involved in it. And it's not just the celebrities that show up for Millionaires Row or the parties the night before, but I mean, the jockeys are celebrities unto themselves. The horses, are the real stars, that entire day. So, Kevin is masterful at telling a great story like that. Bruce is amazing at 3D animation. And I'm just blessed to be a part of it. And I've got to do a shout out to the people who I didn't do before, because they're sending me text messages.
Oh, no.
I didn't
Okay, Liv, you're my inspiration, but Ryan, you're also my inspiration. My sister, Laura, who I didn't mention on stage earlier, who was Teacher of the Year in Kentucky last year. She's a much bigger star than I will
Congratulations,
ever
Laura.
be. So she's awesome. All my family, anyone else that I forgot, I am sorry. I'll make it up to you.
Okay,
So
sounds
thank you
good.
very much.
Thank you
Well, they're
so
super
much.
proud. Congratulations. Wow, a lot of very happy people up here tonight, Maria.
Well, and as we keep hearing, there's a lot of teamwork that goes into any of these productions. It's not just an eye, it's whether it be the reporter, the photographer. We talked about graphics, the production. A lot of teamwork.
Absolutely right. And speaking of teamwork, that's also the case here for the people that are a part of the National Academy of Television Arts and Sciences Ohio Valley chapter. Lots of hard work getting this together tonight, but one person we want to thank in particular, Sherry Housley, who of course produces the heck out of this show every year and does a fantastic job. So Sherry, thank you very much for your hard work. And for the other Board of Governors, she is in the back. She's still hard at work on this. And while she's doing that, we're going to thank some people that are joining us right now. Jennifer Keeney, David Callan's back with us once again, and Barry Fulmer from WDRB.
Come on in, yes.
You're back again. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Come on in.
I love your
Come
dress.
on in.
Thank you very much.
So what are you wearing?
I'm wearing actually Mishka. Thank you for asking.
Well, congrats. Well, who wants to start first with,
We'll let the event producers start first.
Okay.
So this is for, did you introduce us, Thunder Over Louisville live event coverage?
I think that's what he mentioned.
This was an 11-hour live broadcast with 23 HD cameras, strung across 2 states. So it took months and months of planning. This is the brains of the operation.
Oh, I saw the video clip, and I was, in just that, 30 seconds that we watched, I was like, ooh, I want to see that. I mean, that was great.
Well,
just
I can
that
sell
little
you a
promo.
DVD.
Oh.
We have a DVD from 2008, so we can take care of that.
Oh, you can just let me look at it.
That could happen too. That could happen too.
Well, how did you go about doing it? Something different from before, or what made this year so special for you? Or I should say, last year, really.
Well, I mean, our anchors do research. I mean, they go deep. I mean, we challenge them to learn and study the plane, so they're not just out there turning into an expert going, well, so what's this plane?
Right.
They do research, and Jennifer does hours and hours of research behind the scenes. I mean, there's hours and hours of planning that she does, that I do, that our chief engineer does. I mean, it's a team effort. That day, it is a team effort. I mean, there's 130 people that are out there busting their butts, and they are really working long and hard. Like I said the other day in the last interview, just a short 23-hour day. So it's it's a major station effort. Everybody from our finance department, they're out there cooking meals for us. They cater for us, and I mean it is a huge operation. And I mean we knocked it out of the park.
Yeah, apparently.
Got the hardware for it. Anyone you want to thank else, or anyone else you want to thank, rather?
Well, one of our biggest supporters and our biggest fans is also our boss. We have to thank Bill Lamb, because we've done this before, but he challenges us to raise the bar. Let's do it better than we did before. And we had to scratch our heads, and months of planning later, we delivered an even better product than we did before. And, without Bill's support, behind us 100% and his trust in us, we wouldn't have such a quality product.
Well, Barry and I know, and he is one of our Silver Circle honorees, and I know when I spoke with you earlier, we talked about your newsroom expanding. You're able to do things that maybe other news departments across the country, aren't able to do. Talk to me or talk to us just about that, being able to use all these resources into an event like this.
Well, I think the one thing that really sets our station apart from some of the others is we have a culture of excellence, and we have to do it the best we can possibly do it. We have to do it right, and sometimes that means taking the extra steps, and sometimes the extra expense. But what you get is better results. And,
right.
And once again, Bill is kind of the leader of that vision and our culture, and and it's showing up tonight.
Well, great. Congratulations so much, you guys. We appreciate you coming down too and talking to us. Awesome.
Thank you.
Go enjoy it. The night is young.
Yes.
Once again, bringing in Frank Simkonis. I got it right.
All right.
Simkonis. There we go. I'm doing better with the names. Right here in the middle.
Come on in.
This is about you tonight. From KET, and congratulations.
Thank you.
And tell us a little bit about this pretty little statue.
Documentary?
This is for a documentary on a group of artists called Applied Imagination. The name of the documentary is Tracks of Imagination. They do something called botanical architecture. And basically, they use found items like walnuts and pieces of bark and recreate great architectural works. Like they'll redo the Statue of Liberty or Notre Dame Cathedral, and you look at it, you're kind of like, it's exact. All of the detail that's in it. They'll have little chandeliers inside and all that, and it's for garden railroads basically. And just watching it, you get mesmerized and hypnotized. And to be honest, it wasn't really work for me because they were just a great group to work with, and it was fun, and I can't say enough about their work. It's like I got lost in it. And anybody, if you get a chance, check out their work. It's worth it.
Well, and a lot of times, too, when you do documentaries, because you get to go, in depth, it's great that you love the topic that you're writing and talking about.
Definitely fell in love with the subject matter. In fact, I'd like to do a part 2, but I don't know if I'll get to do that.
Could be in the future. Anybody else you want to thank?
Yes, great editor Dan Tolby, who is a true artist. Brent Absher, who was audio on this project, who had to recreate entire soundscapes. We couldn't use a lot of the original audio because kids were yelling in the background or people talking. So he went back, found the specific noises that were necessary, and just recreated everything. So he put a lot of work into it. Dan also put a lot of work into it. Teresa Day, who's executive producer, who allowed us total creative freedom. The Crone here in Cincinnati, that the staff there helped us out a lot because that's where some of the displays were. And the group of Applied Imagination, Paul Busty and his group, for just giving me full access and being a great group to work with.
All right, great.
Thank
you so much, and congratulations.
Thank you.
The hard work pays off.
It certainly does.
Here we go. Congratulations.